allow me to explain it to you first. And yes, I want to give myself a compliment. This medal is something that I was really glad to achieve, although I didn't really want it and I didn't really deserve it. This is a medal from UCA All-Star. It is a cheerleading championship in USA where I didn't participate in, but I was with a group stunt that won the first place. And this medal I have, and I kind of deserved it, although I didn't really want to deserve it. This medal you get in a lot of countries that were earlier in USSR, and this is a medal that you get if you are done with your school with straight A's. So you have only A's in your graduation sheet, or however it is called. Two medals, two different achievements, and for one of them I did a lot, for a different one I actually was just there. And that brings me to the point, do both of them have the same value to me? And to be honest with you, this one, although I didn't work for it, has more value to me than this one, although I worked pretty hard for it. That leads me to the question, what do you want from your life? What makes you think that your life is good? What makes you think that your life is not useless? And yeah, somehow one of these medals, although I worked really hard for it, although I did something that a lot of people would love to do, it's still not something that I'm really proud of. And another thing was kind of just interesting experience, interesting to be there, but I still think it was a very interesting part of my life, and it is something that I'm proud of being part of. What do I want from my life? What do you maybe want from your life? What can we want from our lives? More about it in a moment. But obviously, before we begin, I have to tell you that this is Yury Experience, and here I share my various experiences about different topics. I do 2 videos per week, Mondays and Thursdays. If you will enjoy this video, please drop a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. Let's go. What would you answer me if I will tell you, or if I will ask you, what do you want from your life? What job do you want to have? What tasks you want to do? What hobbies do you want to have? What skill sets you want to learn? Where do you want to live? Or overall, how want you feel throughout your life? What kind of achievements you want to get throughout your life? It is something that, in my personal opinion and experience of conversations with various people of different ages also, it is something that not all of us are kind of understanding. So yes, I live my life and I know what my targets are, what my goals are, and how to achieve them. No, a lot of people just go blindly in. We live life and hope it will work out well. Although we are not sure, we hope it will. And some people do know what they want to do with their life. I have some friends of mine who know what they want to do and who knew it since young age. And to be completely honest with you, I'm jealous of them. I'm kind of jealous of them, like having this point of, yes, I know what I want to do, and knowing how to walk to that point and being able to walk to that point, and kind of knowing that, yes, I will get satisfaction from life throughout my movement to this point, or through achievement of this point. And it's not something that I have. I don't have it. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And it is not a good feeling, it is kinda a scary one. And a very confusing point is the fact that society, the world, and sometimes older generations want you to know what you want to do with your life. They are somehow sure that you are able to determine it. It's somehow sure that you are able to do it and work your life in order to achieve that, and after that be happy and satisfied and whatnot. The whole world system of education and of work is based upon that. So you are going to school, then you go to university where you get some specialization, or maybe you go to some different form of high school where you get some specialization, or you go to work and find some experience, then you go find a job anyway, so it doesn't matter whether you have prior experience or not, and then you work there and go to rent. And this is a very easy formula, very easy way of living. Although it's not. It is not that easy, at least nowadays. Now we have options, now we have opportunities, now we have possibilities, and it makes this whole world system not as easy anymore. It is not as easy or as simple as it was for earlier or older generations, they didn't really have a lot of choices, and some of the people were prohibited from making these choices, which is why it is good that we are in a position of having a choice, but it is bad that we still need to make the choice in order to somehow lead our life. And besides that, there are a lot of variables in this whole pipeline. School shall provide you some basic knowledge, but depending on the school, depending on the teachers, your basic knowledge will be different. Your wishes, your interests, your skill sets will be completely different, and maybe even your thoughts about what can be interesting for you will be different. Then the very confusing point of knowing what you want to do with your life at 16 or 18 or 20 when you go to university, when you apply to college or whatever system you have over there. So you have to know what you want to do for your whole freaking life, for another normally around 40 years with your life, what you want to spend normally 40 hours of the week, each week throughout your life. Because you have to make this choice now. You will probably not have an opportunity to change that decision later in your life. There are some countries where it is possible, but not at all of them. By far not at all of them. And not everybody can allow themselves to switch their job, switch their education to a different one and do something else. At least if we are talking about the same salary. If you are ready to go down in salary, like pretty much basically to minimum wage, then go for it. But is it a solution? Is it a solution to decide with somehow very young age, very young brain, very young state of character what you want to do throughout your whole life? I find it really confusing and strange, and still it is something that happens everywhere. Then we have this point of you have to have experience in order to apply for a job. But in order to get the experience, you need to get a job. And it is not something that's happening only in USA. In Germany, you have pretty much the same problem, and people who are studying at university normally don't get the experience of their job on the job somewhere. There are some exceptions, but overall it is not the case. And then people from university are just, how can I apply for jobs? All jobs want or require me to have at least 1-2 years of experience, and it is overall the crazy idea to work during studying because it's not very easy, and I did it and it is possible, don't take me wrong, but it is not something that we shall, at least in ideal society, it's not something that we shall have to do. It is something that we shall have an opportunity to do, but not have to do. But that's obviously a perfect world. And the last point, shall we stay in the same job for the whole freaking life? Maybe even in the same location, in the same company. It is so strange idea to me personally, and I know that there are other people with other ideas, but for me the idea of staying in one company doing the same stuff without a change during your whole life for 40 years is crazy. I will just go crazy in that job. In conclusion, I want to tell you that I'm freaking 27 and I'm confused. I think I'm 27. Yeah, I think I'm 27 and I'm confused. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. This channel is basically one of the best signs of the fact that I don't know what I want to do with my life. I have a full-time job and still I invest a lot of time in this channel with a thought in my head, maybe I will be able to earn money out of it. Maybe I will be able to switch my job again. And I already did a switch once. I studied medical physics, I work in IT right now. And I will leave my current job place for another one pretty soon, which also will lead to slightly but surely change what I have to do at my job. And I'm pretty sure it is not the last change that will happen in my life. And I also have a ton of other hobbies which, although I don't expect to earn me money, but I'm thinking about earning money throughout them, and if it will be possible, I will be thinking about expanding of earning money through them. And this whole thing is connected with the overall idea, I don't know what I actually want. I don't know what I want to achieve throughout my... I know the end goal. I know what kind of life goal I have. But I have no idea what kind of way will lead me there. And I have tons of ways that will lead me somewhere, but I don't know whether they will lead me to this whole ideal life goal that I have somewhere far behind the horizon. It is confusing and sometimes stressful and sometimes slightly but depressive, because you do your best, you invest time, you invest thoughts, you invest energy, and then you don't feel any satisfaction. It just, okay, it worked, it was fine, but it's not yay, it's not happy, it's not any kind of positive feelings that you kinda shall feel, I think, I hope, in the situation where you are happy. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If it is the case, please drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. You can also leave a comment with your personal perspective. And except for that, I see you on Thursday. Have a great week.